Okay, a little audio check. Perfect. So, um, this long ended up playing out. I said before my break that since this is being reluctant to go lower, that it will likely take these highs out. And the 10 o'clock macro did end up using yesterday's first presented, which is really nice, and ran it up above these highs. I got rid of that 5 minute inversion because I did not expect the price to just stop right here, right above this high. I expected to reach up. Did a little research, I guess, during my what I called a break, but wasn't really a break. Over here, this inversion for value gap was formed right before liquidity was taken, and it was used to go higher. So when we displaced below it, it was used here, displaced below it, used it there. It was used real nicely right here. This is my, I mean, yesterday my draw was 10 o'clock liquidity, then best case scenario, the mid gap closure. At 8 o'clock, it used this inversion, and that's the best entry on the chart for that bearish draw. Um, so it's just projected here, and then would you look at that? It stopped price a second time. So we'll see if it utilizes this again. All the bodies are below that midpoint, so that's really nice. It is 12:30, so this is about the time that I would expect the lunch macro to start spooling towards 10 o'clock liquidity, which is right here. Uh, I'm kind of expecting a break above these highs. So it could be that we disrespect this PD array, but only to take liquidity. And then after liquidity has been engaged, I'd like to see it displace back below it and then use it as reclaimed. The draw being liquidity here is really nice. It just now generated some sell side here. And then 10 o'clock is here. Liquidity formed after this point is right here. So that's my lunch macro draw. Best case scenario being all this in here. Little pre-market lows here. I'd like to see these traded through because they're too clean. It's too clean of a little trend line here. Lots of retail could have potentially bought this up off that trend line, and then it just went straight up, and then there's a bull flag up, bull flag up, bull flag up. So I'm expecting these lows to get taken here. Hopefully that happens during a lunch macro. That'd be really nice. We're trading into the daily fair value gap. So this is a nice area to look for a reversal. And there's a bearish SMT on ES, or on NQ. ES took this high. And we filled that whole gap, that new day opening gap, regular trading hours, new day opening gap. We filled that in here. Chart seems really busy. I think I'll get rid of the new day opening gap because we've already utilized it. We could use these levels on the way down, but The chart's kind of busy, and I think I'm just going to get rid of it. The first hour opening range, I'm going to project that. See, oh, that's really nice, isn't it? That is really nice. So we'll get rid of those and just leave the projections. That is really nice. I think I would like to see this breakout here, little retail breakout. And then maybe we'll use the event horizon just like we did yesterday. Do that pink color again. Don't remember which pink it was, but we'll do that. So I guess I'll check. We'll look at this. ES has formed a lot of really nice sell side here. 10 o'clock liquidity. I guess here, that's a really nice little liquidity pool right there. And then all this. Gosh, ES just traded so much better today, didn't it? 10 o'clock reversal was perfect. The 1050 macro sent us back up to take. So we took this high here, and now we've taken this high here. And then in Q, there's a bearish SMT at that high. So let's see, there's also an hourly inefficiency right here. And that, I believe, we'll check over here. Hold on. Go back to our 1 minute. So our sell side is right there. That is the high, the hourly inefficiency. So that's a nice place to target, I think. Could potentially trip these highs still. But I really love that it swept this high, went to the lower quadrant of the daily fair value gap, and rejected off of that really nicely. Right there. And it's utilizing this projection of the first hour's opening range that we're accumulating. Just a 5 minute. Could be that these highs are left intact. I just think optimally it'd be nice to see more sell side formed here, and then we go trip the buy side and then go lower. I think that would be best case. That's real clean. That's that inversion right there. It's really clean. The high was formed right at 11:30. 11:30 is right here, so that's pretty close to it. Went and took the sell side there. That's nice. Then 11:20 started that move higher. I talked about that concept yesterday. Oh. That's a nice entry. I struggle with getting into continuation moves. But that is a really handsome move. Really clean, low resistance liquidity. Ended up using this as a reclaimed bullish fair value gap here. So this is a very key level because it is overlapping this weekly wicks midpoint. Just touched it there during 11 o'clock macro and sent it higher above this high. Left a small piece of that inefficiency open, just a tick or two. Right now, the there's two inversion fair value gaps in here, but they're just about perfectly overlapping each other. There's this one. Let's check this. 22.5, 22.75. So there's a volume imbalance there. So there's this one right before that high was taken. And then there is this one here right before that high was taken. But they're really overlapping, so I'll just use this one because it's the bigger one. This is kind of nice. This is swing high formed right around 12:30. Order block here. The tricky part is just figuring out, is it going to take these highs first before going lower? That's the tricky part. Or is it going to leave these intact and go lower right away? I think it would be best to come up here first, but we'll see. I like the displacement here. Break of structure on the 5-minute as well. That's really nice. Hmm. It's a bearish S&T at this high on NQ, so it it does make sense that maybe we won't take these highs right away because ES is already traded above this high. Fifteen-minute immediate rebalance is where my horizontal line is resting. All of this is overlapping that Wednesday fair value gap. I like this break of structure on the 5-minute right here. Mm. There's an hourly immediate rebalance right here. It's what we're bouncing off of right now. I think I like the idea of getting into this inversion for value gap with a stop up here. Not too bad. That's our best case scenario. Well, see if we can't shoot for that. Almost 1250 macro. I'd like to see this low left intact. And then during 1250 macro, we get a Judas swing higher. Maybe we'll take this little pivot high. Maybe not. But because there's the bearish SMT at these highs here, ES traded above these highs. I think what could happen is ES comes up and takes high of day. And then that affords NQ to come up into a premium and it not take highs. And then there's another bearish SMT on NQ. And then we come down to take this. And then best case scenario, I think it could really, really roll over potentially. Yeah, hopefully it, preferably it would leave this intact. And then at this point, this would be OTE. This leg down. Order block here. All overlapping this inversion and this inversion. It's like two inversions in one basically right here. Not trying to chase this. I just want to wait for it to come to my order, my entry. Left that low. Hopefully that stays intact. I would really like to see at 1250 it pop up into a premium. This is break of structure here. So if you wanted to use OTE, pretty sure I'm sitting in it. Yeah. Right about there. And if you wanted to use the whole range, right up in here. I think bouncing here is tripping retail into buying a double bottom. So they'll allow it to come up. Maybe they'll take this, but I think that's just to trip retail traders into trying to buy a double bottom inside of a bigger bull flag. But I think it will fail and they'll run against people that are long from the morning session. Because the morning session was pretty easy for longs. Just went straight up. So there's this bearish for value gap. Um, what I'm wanting to happen is it trades through it, fills me up here in the inversion, because now we've displaced away from the inversion pretty nicely. Right here, it wasn't time because it hasn't set up. Because, I mean, 11:30 is right here, and optimally 11:30 to 12:30 will set up the lunch macro, and then 12:30 to 1:30 runs it. So this is really early. But now it's time, and we've displaced and have a really nice break-in structure. Really hoping it affords me the century. Technically, it could just use this one if it's going to be really, really weak and just like boom, go immediately. But I'd prefer it trap some longs on a move up first. So trade it into a 5-minute inefficiency right there. So this is where I want to see ES take high of day and then have a bearish SMT on NQ. I really like that it's leaving this. The entry is also right around the consequence encroachment of this Wednesday gap. Okay. That's the fill. ES hasn't taken high. I really wanted ES to take high of day already. Doesn't have to necessarily. It could just leave these. I think we took that little high there, went to the consequence encroachment. I said that was a possibility. If I'm wrong and it does run these highs, I'm very confident in it coming back down to take these lows. So I'll look for something up here. Hopefully it doesn't do that and it leaves these intact. And this is a Judas trapping retail, buying a double bottom and trying to get into the low of this bull flag. Don't want price to go above this. I feel like my stop should maybe be a tick above high of day. Not entirely sure. Did hold that consequence encroachment right there. That's nice. Now I'd like a pretty quick move back through this inefficiency here soon. It'd be really nice if right at 1 o'clock it just shoots lower and overlaps this inefficiency. And then that would be a nice inversion to use. And then this be a reclaimed bearish for value gap. I think my platform's hitching a little bit. I think it's better now. See a pretty quick move down now that it's 1 o'clock. New hourly candle forming. Really want to see this inefficiency get rolled over pretty quick and then go for the sell side down here And I'd like that to start a chain reaction down to the liquidity here. Hmm. Let's see here. Where's this wick? Go just above that, just in case it wants to tip these and be tricky, but hoping this stops it. Hopefully ES just took high of day. Nope, not quite. It's not the end of the world. This is a little bull flag, retail bull flag, just tripped longs, retail longs here. Like that it's come back down. Don't like this wick, obviously. Want to see us press into this. Want to see a lot of speed here. That's looking pretty good. Check ES real quick. I like ES here. That's nice. Again, NQ being reluctant. Noticed a theme the past 2 days. This is nice on ES. NQ needs to press through that. I don't like that it's stalling. $5 looking nice. I don't like that the bodies are closing above those lows. I don't I don't like that ES is taking this low and NQ is stalling here. I hate that. It needs to. Gosh, man. Maybe I just need to trade ES. This is ridiculous. I'd like this to be a break of structure on the 1 minute, like on a micro scale, break of structure, OTE lower. I'm going to draw out this 5 minute wick midpoint. Just have this 1 minute up. Again, ES is just looking pretty good here, and in Q, not so much. This is obvious to me, these lows. I don't like that it closed like that above these highs. This midpoint. Go ahead and draw in this 1 minute block here. Closed above the mean threshold. Actually, that's I think this is the proper word. Yeah, all those bodies respected it. That's kind of nice. So we are trading above these highs here. Certainly tripping in retail longs. ES still looking weak. Check the 5 minute again. All right, so that's the end of the macro. I'm hoping that this is a high. It's going to be a swing high that the macro formed and we start rolling over. But I really don't like that we're trading above this inversion. I don't like that at all. But we are tripping these relative equal highs. But it needs to drop aggressively from these highs, or the odds of it taking high of day are, pretty likely, unfortunately. ES is looking great. So that's annoying, definitely. Really, really annoying that ES is cooperating more, but doesn't mean it won't eventually roll over. I just think it'd be really great if we didn't take high of day, we left liquidity, and then didn't take these highs because retail it was really easy for retail to make money going long today. And we're going to be targeting this high. Um, so it'd be nice if they didn't offer it, stopped it short here at the inversion for value gap, and then ran against them aggressively because there is sell side down here still. And the bearish SMT um, is making me somewhat confident in that idea. Like this little bull flag here that we're tripping up and we're breaking above this high, which for retail, that is where you would enter in on a bull flag or a breakout. You get in above a pivot high. So either this one or this one. So we tripped that, accumulated. So it'd be really nice if we run through this. And then when we break this low, I want to see a massive, aggressive move down to here. It's a 5-minute inefficiency here. If it's going to be bearish, it needs to accelerate through this 5-minute inefficiency with a lot of speed because this should be an inversion for value gap if it's going to be bearish. So I'm going to annotate that. Get rid of this one so it's not too messy. 40 and a half, 40 and 3/4, 69 and 3/4, 70. So that's a suspension block. So that, I want to see speed through that. Label it. This is looking good. Perfect. I like that it popped to that low. Now this should not be an inversion for value gap. It needs to be a reclaimed bearish for value gap. So I want to see it run for these lows really quickly, and then this support it going lower. See, ES here. ES is taking this liquidity really nicely, starting to engage it. I don't want this to wick. I don't want that to, I want a body below that low. It's a new 15-minute candle that just opened. Take the sell side as well. Okay, so now that we've broken structure here, I want to see price respect this midpoint. I think I'd like to see around 120 that this thing start heading lower. I really don't like that it has stopped here like that. I would have preferred it just keep going to these lows. Traded into a little 5-minute for value gap here. Which realistically, if it's going to be bullish, this would be a breakaway gap. It did leave a portion of it open, but it's not necessarily a really bullish sign trading into that because it should be a breakaway, especially since it's overlapping this inversion here. It should be a balanced price range. It's stop right there, so I don't know. It's good we traded to it. It's also not necessarily bearish because it did leave this open a little bit. So we'll see. If that gets filled in, that would be really nice. Respected this midpoint. That's good. Trading back below this. That's great. I want to see acceleration now. Not leaving any bearish inefficiencies open. Fill that one in. It would be really amazing if we left this one open. Touch the consequence encouragement of this first presented from last Wednesday. Again, I don't want this to support price. I don't want it to behave as inversion. I want it to snap through it, behave as a reclaimed bearish inefficiency, and then support price going lower. See how clean ES is trading compared to NQ? It's so frustrating. I mean, ES is about to take these lows out, and then NQ is all the way up here. It's very frustrating. Held that too. Oh, this is so frustrating. It should be going lower. And I know that it should be because I can look at ES and it's going lower. It filled in this inefficiency. I did not want to see that. I wanted that to stay open. Getting more and more worried that it could run these highs out one more time. Ugh. Really contemplating getting out at this point and waiting for a different opportunity because it really could be that we have a Judas up here and then we come back down. Especially the way that it's behaving compared to ES. It's really frustrating. Don't know exactly what to do. I really want to go to break even and demand it goes right away. Um, it's so hard. It's so hard to know what to do when it's behaving like this. Just gonna demand it goes. I feel like it could run this out. And if it does, I can just get in up here, but I'd prefer not to take a stop out if it does that. Um, yeah, I'm just going to be demanding at this point. Preferably, this is a breakaway gap, and it does not trade to that, and it accelerates to the liquidity. That's what I want to see. Check this 5 minute. Yeah. Like, don't bounce here. The fact it's bouncing here is ridiculous. It should be taking the low in these lows if it's going to be bearish. It's just unacceptable. I don't want to trade this at all. It's starting to become obvious it'll run these highs. Like, does it really need to come back over top that green candle? Like, okay, yeah, happy getting out there. It's ridiculous. It's so damn annoying. I mean, NQ is sideways, ES has pulled back. It's so frustrating. Even though technically NQ has the bearish SMT, so you would think this would be the weaker asset. Meanwhile, ES is the weaker asset right now. So it's like, I just don't know what to do when it's like that. So frustrating. Yeah, these highs are just looking more and more suspect. Of course, it would be it'd be annoying if it's just sweeping these little highs and then it's gonna go lower. That'd be annoying. $130. Is holding this consequence encroachment. This is an interesting little bull flag here. Um, I really like the idea of taking these lows. But technically, the lunch macro's over. Lunch ends at 1:30. So is it just going to do what it did yesterday and just do this? Just go sideways forever? I don't know. Could be that the PM session gives us our move. So I really like the idea of coming back into this range. These are obvious. And I mean, market opened here and just went straight up. And then this is the most classic bull flag ever. So just easy for retail to be profitable today. So frustrating. This should stay open, I think. Close below that. I think it'd be really nice to come back up into the low of this gap and use this as a breakaway gap. Wow, that's really frustrating. It become a nice swing high during that macro. Then 130 formed another high right here, right around in here. Now we have displacement, break of structure, inversion here as well. Ended up respecting that midpoint there. Hopefully this new 5-minute candle comes up in a little bit. It's just about a 5-minute immediate rebalance. Curious to see where this midpoint lies. So I want it to stay below this black line, certainly. Came up and kissed this reclaimed. I'm going for the consequence encroachment because that's also the low of this. It's annoying that I'm not in it up here. But this is just taking too long. Maybe I should have waited. I don't know. It's hard to know. ES moved when I expected it to, and NQ is just being slow about it. It's my fill. Check this 5 minute. Immediate rebalance is right there on the 5 minute. These lows are really obvious. That gap is really nice. That inefficiency is really nice. Needs to leave this open. And I just want to see a quick run back through these lows. I don't like how deep it's retracing into that. I don't like that. Wow. I hate that. Don't like it at all. Look at this inversion. Needs to run back down aggressively. I don't like that we're closing above that midpoint of this. This is so incredibly frustrating, especially whenever I see ES doing so well, just going straight for what I wanted it to, and then NQ is just annoyed. I'm probably gonna get stopped. I don't probably gonna get stopped. So wow, look at that. I do really like these lows, but needs to get through this. I hate that we're closing above that. We need to snap through it. I hate that we filled this in. That was a nice inefficiency. Worried about it turning around here. It needs to really get heavy right here to attack these lows. Oh. Yes, took this high. There's a bearish SMT there on NQ. I don't really like all these stacked highs just sitting here like that. If we break this low, I'm going to break even because we should see acceleration. Again, I need to see a bearish inefficiency stay open. Like, I don't want to see this filled in here. Preferably, it just keeps pressing to the sell side. New 5 minute candle is just about to open, and 15-minute candle, so I really want to see these lows taken pretty quickly. If we break this low, I will go to break even because I want that to accelerate price through these lows here. went break even because it doesn't need to come back up like that. If it's pressing this close to this low, if it's weak, it just needs to go through the low. Um, Not easy money. So I'm not gonna wait around to get stopped out because there's a lot of liquidity up here and it's not pressing lower as quickly as I want it to. So, and I'm really frustrated, honestly, because ES has traded a lot nicer. It hasn't tanked or anything, but I mean, if I had taken the same trade on ES, I'd be at break even and I'd be in a comfortable profit by now. And InQ has done nothing. So there's buy side and sell side um, resting in the market simultaneously. So now I'd be at, so I said when this low breaks, I'll go to break even. That's that low breaking. So I did it early here. We'll see if it creates the same outcome, if it just comes up anyway. But whenever this body was down here near this wick, I wanted to just see it snap down. We already spent 3 candles accumulating at this consequence encroachment. Whenever this one left it, I wanted to see continuation. So if it tanks down here and just, if it gets going, it's like, oh well, I tried. It doesn't, it shouldn't be this hard to go take these lows. Um, yeah, just ridiculous. And you know what? I'd be break even anyway on this here because I went to break even, right? And I got stop break even. When this happens, I'm at break even anyway. So it's just high resistance. 150 macro is about to hit. I guess it'll be interesting to see if they let go of it. Um, but it is just stuck here. I mean, I guess Trump is speaking today at 3, isn't he? Maybe that's why we're not doing anything. But since 11:30, we have just been doing absolutely nothing. This was probably the best entry all day. This whole week has been really frustrating for me. Monday was the best trading day so far, and I was distracted for the entirety of it. And then yesterday was really challenging, and I was right, but didn't make any profit because they deferred it for the overnight. And then today it was just straight up, and it's just been difficult. Really, really difficult. Happy that this didn't stop me out and I was able to get out break even. This is not accelerating like I'd want it to. I guess macro's just now hitting, so I guess we'll see, but it's just kind of pathetic, honestly. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm really, really frustrated. It could be that this 5 minute stops price, because the way this is behaving, and there's all this buy side up here, it could be that this, what I wanted to be an inversion for value gap, it could be that it stops price and sends it back up. It is really annoying because I could potentially have a decent little profit here if I hadn't gotten out break even so early. If I had actually waited for that load to break. But this is so frustrating. Then you look at ES, and all of a sudden, now ES isn't moving. Why aren't they both moving? They're supposed to be correlated. I mean, typically you'll see them both move pretty well identically. There'll be like small little differences, but there it starts to go. Wow, this is starting to look really nice. I'm very frustrated. I really like how it's accelerating through that. Could stop here still, but this has been really, really hard to trade this week, honestly. It really has been. And I've been right about the majority of the moves, but it's been really high resistance. This is just really difficult. It did end up being weak here, but why is it filling in this whole gap? You know, it just doesn't. It's unnecessary. Um, of course, now it's just looking beautiful, just absolutely amazing. But I can't trust. Oh, it's. I mean, I feel sick. This is just so unbelievably frustrating. People do not understand how hard this is and how frustrating it can be. I don't know what's more frustrating or what's more difficult about this. I don't know if it's that this is so hard, trading is so difficult, or that people don't understand how difficult it is. I don't know what's more frustrating. It's like it left so many highs up here. Can I trust that it will actually push to these lows? Because we're outside of the lunch macro now. We're in like the PM session. Or will it come back up here? I just don't know. But ES, it's extra annoying because if I had just practiced the same exact idea on ES instead, I'd be up a really handsome profit right now. Um, but NQ just gets held for so long, and I don't understand why. Usually NQ trades a lot cleaner than ES does. Usually NQ is quicker than ES. These highs being left up here is just really suspect. I don't know if I can trust getting in short on a retracement here. I just don't know. I prefer to be in it up here somewhere. It's really frustrating. Really like these lows. I don't know. It's just Rather upsetting. Just about 2 o'clock. Immediate rebalance on the hourly would be right where my horizontal line is resting. Um, it would be nice if the next hourly candle just kind of tanked to the sell side. I'm targeting here, but just feel fatigued. Can often feel like I'm putting in a lot of work and effort for little to no reward, and that's very challenging to deal with because then it starts to snowball into it's like, well, I put this much time in, I deserve a reward now, and that's not how it works. That's how a normal job works. It's not how this job works. It's very backwards. I really do like the idea of these lows getting taken out, but I uh, I just don't know. All these highs are so stacked up. They could really do. They could. It could go either way. They could leave this intact, go take these highs, then maybe during the overnight session, we'll come disrupt this. We could pop up here, and then this be the second stage distribution to go take this liquidity. We do still have the buy side resting up here, so maybe I should be leaning towards this. Um, this could be second stage of this move because we have accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and then this could be our second stage distribution. So you have accumulation and then potential manipulation here, and then distribution because we have all that's really clean buy side right there, plus the highs here. So it's tough to say. What it could do is leave this, come down to the lows I'm targeting, and then kiss this little breakaway gap, just the high of it, and then start its second leg higher. It's a lot of little buy side liquidity pools up in here, and then the ultimate draw here. So, but then there's also the sell side down here. So it's very hard to know what it wants to do right now. It's really unfortunate that I'm not capitalizing that because I waited all day for it and I attempted twice and it was just being difficult. And right before it went, I got out. So it's just really frustrating and I'm really fatigued and tired at this point. The fact that it's stalling here, well, I don't know. This could be setting up a second stage distribution lower to here, but this is that 5 minute fair value gap. There's a 5 minute order block in here, a little inversion here. It could leave this potentially. Uh, it is staying inside the low of this inversion. The bodies are staying inside that. And they've respected the consequence encroachment of this one. And all this buy side left up here is really, really suspicious to me. Especially because that's stacked on top of these highs here. I wish I would have been paying more attention because honestly, this is a nice entry into this bearish inversion. It's happening right around 11:30, 11:30 candles right here, and it's overlapping that projection. So you had to be patient, but it's a very safe entry, and it never went much against you. Just had to be patient, and that's a great place to enter. Or even here. So I wish I would have been paying a little more attention to that. Here was really challenging. Unfortunately, it just kind of was. Very frustrated that I didn't get to capitalize any of this. So it could end up reversing here. That Wick's midpoint, that weekly Wick consequent encroachment is overlapping this area as well. So it could very well pop back up here. starting to lean towards these highs. This is the range we're in, and to draw our levels sitting. Bodies respected that first one there and failed to reach that one, and respected this 5 minute inefficiency. So it could reverse here. Uh, it could really go either way. Honestly, I'm not too sure. This could be second stage distribute. It could aggressively run from here potentially down to these lows. I just don't know. I don't think there is really any way to know until they take one side of the market. If they leave this and take this first, then great. We're probably coming back down here. If we go run this and leave this, then we're probably running back up. So, and we're just stuck in the middle. I could see myself going long if this second stage fails. If we come below these lows, hold this inefficiency, respect the low of the daily fair value gap, and then maybe around the 250 macro, maybe 230 we make the low potentially. And then if we start reversing, then maybe I would have the confidence to say that, okay, well, it failed to get its second leg lower down to the liquidity, so it's probably not going there, and it's probably coming back up to here. But that needs to wait. I need to wait for more information here before I can be super confident in that. I don't want to get rid of this inefficiency just because, I mean, it is important. The body's stopped at the low, we stopped at the high there, but the chart just feels a little cluttered, I guess. So much better. So I really don't know what to do. I don't know whether or not to take another break and come back, or to sit here and watch price until something's interesting, or to just be completely done for the day. I honestly don't know what to do. It's been very challenging trading the past 2 days, and I'm extra frustrated because Monday was really clean and I didn't really get to I didn't get I didn't give the market my full attention that day. So like I just kind of missed that day, and then the past 2 days have just been, there's been some good setups, but they just weren't clear to me. I'm not the greatest at getting into a continuation. Um, but I mean, this looks, in hindsight, really clean. Uh, there's nothing in here for me. I think this is just retail opportunity. I think the only people buying here is retail. But this is interesting to me because of all the buy side generated, and it just being reluctant to actually go lower here. So this is, and it's using a PD array. So that's nice. But I just didn't have confidence in it because it's a continuation. For whatever reason, I feel more comfortable trying to get in reversals than I do continuations, but reversals are harder, um, but they feel safer. So that's probably some sort of psychological block that I have. Um, But that's really nice. And then yesterday there was I mean, basically an identical, almost identical setup right there as well that I called before it happened, and then this one as well, but I didn't trust that one, so and yeah, I was right on this. I shorted the higher day, got out break even because it was being uncooperative. Uh, just it's been challenging. I mean, technically, like this is a continuation, but for whatever reason, just don't feel comfortable getting in these continuation moves. This is a nice little move down. Um, but again, it's we're trapped in between liquidity pools, and so who knows which one they're going to take first. So it's not horrible. I'm not taking this or anything, but I don't know. It's not a bad scalp using this 5 minute inefficiency. Just to go below this low here. That's not a bad scalp. Oh, I'm tired. Haven't taken any loss today, so that's good. But it's just very frustrating being correct about something and not being able to capture it, especially whenever you spend so much time. Uh, it's just a lot of time put in, and then you don't get to capitalize on it. It's just frustrating. Now using um, this as an inversion right there. I really feel like I want to be done for the day. Just tired. And just not capitalizing on this move is just really fatiguing, and I don't want to force anything to try to make up for lost time or missed trades or whatever, and I just don't feel engaged anymore. I feel kind of just done with the with trading today. These types of continuation moves are really clean, and I need to get better at trusting them. Because that's twice, yesterday and today, afforded pretty nice little continuation moves. 10 o'clock offers some sort of retracement and then continues uh, the move higher. And that's a nice move. So I need to get better at trying to capitalize those types of moves. So I might come back later. I might be done for the day. But I think for now I am going to take a break.